Okay, so in this video, I'm gonna show you how to install Hyprscrolling. So what is Hyprscrolling? It's a Hyprland plugin that actually extends your workspace. So this is your main workspace, work area, and it will basically just extend it. So it doesn't create another workspace like Hyprland does. I mean, you just open something here. Okay, and then I press super and 2, I go to another workspace. There's another workspace. Oops, that. As you can see, this is the different workspaces that I can open separate windows in. Same as what Microsoft Windows is doing with their desktops, different desktops. Pretty much the same thing. So let's just close this one. Go to workspace 1. What Hyprscrolling does is it takes this workspace and extends it to the right side. So you can just endlessly scroll and open more programs or windows to that side. So if I'm going to open another window now, let's open a browser. Why is my PC so slow now? Right. So now I've got 3 windows open here. Yo, it is so slow. I'm actually rendering a video in the background, which is a mistake. But anyway, if I go, so now all this is on workspace 1. And if I press super and the arrow keys, I can actually scroll through all the windows that's open on here. So let's just go, yeah, there it is. So here's the first terminal. Then I have the browser, and then next to this browser there's another terminal. So if I scroll that way, so let's open a text editor, explorer. Ooh, white. I need to change that still. So now you can see it's all in a row, and this is all on workspace 1. It's not a different workspace, because workspace 2 is empty still, as you can see here. There's nothing here. So now I just scroll. You can endlessly scroll windows. Just scroll sideways now. So if you imply this, if you install Hyprscrolling, actually takes the dwindle away, because usually you have this one window. If I open another terminal now, it will dwindle to this section here, and it will just keep taking up real estate on your main workspace. But now my workspace, I can just scroll my workspace, which is pretty cool. Obviously, if that is something that you like doing, then that will work fine. Especially if you don't have a big screen. If you have a smaller screen, this can actually work pretty well, because it works so smoothly. Right, is there anything else? Okay, now we're gonna check how to actually do it. So all you have to do is you have to install Hyprland's plugin manager, which is called HyprPM. So I've made a video where I actually show you how to do that. So all you have to do then, once that's installed, you just type in HyprPM and list. That will list all your plugins that's installed. I have HyperExpo, HyperFocus, and Hyprscrolling. Right, so that's just that. But we have to go into the Hyprland file, Hyprland.conf, to do a few editing. Talking and typing is crazy. I still have to learn how to do that. Right, so the first thing you have to do is, once you've installed, oh yeah, I have to actually show you how to install it. Stupid, that's what I wanted to do. So it's basically just go to HyprPM, and then you say enable Hyprscrolling. That's all. So you don't say install or start or anything. You say HyprPM enable Hyprscrolling, and that will put the package on your computer. Right, so once that's enabled, you come to Hyprland.conf file and oops, you go to your auto start and make sure, let's just make this bigger, make sure the HyprPM loads at boot. So exact once equals HyprPM reload dash n. Just make sure, but obviously when you install HyprPM, you will include that in there. Okay, so just make sure of that, and then we can go down to look and feel. Go down to look and feel section, and yeah, so you have to put this in. Yeah, my text is being wrapped now. I should actually disable that. That looks stupid. So where do you get this text? You go to, just see now, you go to hyper.land plugins. Here you can actually find all the plugins that I have, that I actually actively working on, and you can just click on a plugin and see what you need to do. So this one is Hyprscrolling, like I'm doing now. Where is Hyprscrolling? Do I see it? Hyprscrolling. So click on that, open it, and then they will tell you what to do. So there's that little code block that you have to put in. Hyperscrolling column width, full screen on one column, false. You can just use that, but I've changed mine a little bit, where I say column width 0.5. So this will take up real estate of your first two windows that's open and make them exactly the same size. If you put 0.7, it will put the third one in there. Let me just actually do that, so we'll see how that works. Hopefully I don't have to log out and back in again. Hopefully it just works. I think I have to log in and out again. But anyway, it will show a part of that third window here, and you can just use your mouse, scroll over it, and it will go there. I like exactly 50% for both windows. That's open, right? And then full screen on one column. So if you have only one window open, it will take up the whole screen. If it's false, it will basically just sit here in the middle by itself. That's all that does. Follow focus, meaning it does this, just follows your mouse pointer, and it can actually, as you scroll like this, it will focus the mouse on that particular window you're scrolling to, in a way. Somehow like that, something like that. Right, so where was I? Okay, so you put in the plugin, you just cut and paste that into your look and feel. Right, and then the other setting that you have to do is go to general and check in your code block here, go down to layout. So your layout will be layout equals dwindle. That's the dwindle effect, where it only uses one screen. Change the dwindle to scrolling. Do they say it here? They don't even say it here. Can you believe it? But you have to change that to scrolling, otherwise it won't work. So that's that, and then you go down to Windows and Workspaces, and you put in this line, workspace equals 1 layout scrolling. So set workspace 1 to use the scrolling layout. Yeah, whatever that means, but you have to put that in. That's basically all you have to do to make hyperscrolling work. Oh yeah, and then the key bindings, before I forget, key binding is probably the most important. So all you have to do is bind a key that you want, but I think, do they have key bindings here? Yeah. So you can just use their key bindings. It works fine. So what it does is it uses the super and the arrow keys to scroll. So if I press super and arrow keys, I can scroll through all the windows. Yeah, that's basically what that does. Let me just see what I have. Move focus with main mod. Yeah, I've move focus. So I set bind equals main mod, left and right, up and down, and then move focus. I don't know, for some reason that just works fine. Now I'm at the wrong bind keys. Now here it is, hyper-scrolling right in front of me. But anyway, it's the same thing. Bind equals main mod, up, down. I think you can go up and down too. I'm not sure. But anyway, I have left and right here. Move focus, and you can use then the super and the arrow keys. But you can change this to any keys you want. That's basically that. Yeah. So just remember to include the code block in look and feel. This plugin here. And you can change a few settings there if you want to. And then in general, you put layout equals scrolling, and then in Windows and workspaces, you put in that line, and then it should be working just fine. Yeah, like that. I think it's very cool. Very cool indeed. If you want to go back to dwindle, there's actually, I haven't looked into it, but you can actually bind it to a key. So you want to switch between dwindle and hyperscroll. You can press a key and it will go back to dwindle. Press a key and you go back to hyperscrolling. But yeah, I don't think I'll switch between the two. I'm just going to choose one and stick with it. Yeah, that's the video. So like and subscribe if you like this video, and leave in the comments if you have any tricks and tips for Hyprland. Good.